Felchin, here we go. Hello! Sorry for the disappearing off the face of the earth for a few days, you guys. Missed 2 streams, the Friday and the Monday. Wish I could say that it was like a big emergency, that I absolutely had to miss those streams. But I'm gonna be honest, even at the cost to my own self. I just ended up picking up an anime that was 2 seasons of 25 episodes. I am halfway through the 2nd season, but I've finally managed to drag myself away. And we're gonna go back to Pillars of Eternity. Been 6 days since the last play session, just enough time for all my skills to fall off as per usual. But, you know, we like going in with a little bit of extra spice, okay? If we got good at video games, then it'd stop being fun. It's the struggle. It's the true reward. That's why I'll never stick with any one genre for too many games in a row. I want to make sure that my skills are exactly just starting to decrode when I get into the next one. You want to be getting a little bit better. You know, you want to feel a little bit of difference, but not ever first try everything in the game. That just isn't worth conquering. That's my gamer philosophy. There are some games where I've gone full power fantasy, so I've been a hypocrite there. Might affects all damage and even now I feel the urge to optimize my character. I feel like I have too much in defensive stats for a backliner. I feel like I could like just take all of that resolve off, all of that vitality off. No, we could really be pumping. Imagine if I got myself up to 18 int, just how long my combo opener. What are we at right now? 13 seconds. It was base 10. This is a 30% bonus for my current int score. Oh, I gotta get that up to 15. Alright. What were we doing? We can't do Kane's quest yet, I don't think. That dungeon seems pretty scary. It's this quest as well. These two quests. Okay. This is just traveling with Durance. This is awkward. Do I have to maybe rest a couple times to... Alright. So I guess we're heading to Defiance Bay. Stronghold upgrades. I queued something. Bright Hollow. Probably never going to be close to here to actually benefit from this, but hey. We'll just quickly buy the main keep after that. This started at 2 days. But now it's 1 day and 25 hours. That's 2 days plus an hour. Excuse you. You're ticking in the wrong direction. Unless does this setting have like 28-hour days? Sun, the tilt of the planet is off by like a degree from our world, and it stretches the days just a little tiny bit. This is all dreams of the future. This is gonna be very expensive though. I'm gonna have to cut back on wizard spells.
Just say the word.
I guess we're just heading out. I don't have any... If I had camp supplies, I might try and do the dungeon down below. But there's nowhere to rest here without camp supplies until I upgrade that in. So I can't really do like any rest heal strats to conquer that. So I think my best bet is probably to rush back to the starting town, the Gilded Vale, and see if I can purchase some camp supplies there. So it's gonna be a problem. I don't know how many maps we have to get through to get to Defiance Bay, but it's probably gonna be a touch. You're
Bit just
not
like your breeches,
prepared
scholar lad.
for any of that.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Maybe I should buy myself another monk. Oh, this place is gonna be so expensive though. I feel so bad about wasting the 750 on the first monk now that he's dead. Oh, I guess would end. Oh my god, that's so far down. 18 hours. 1 day. The really annoying thing is if we walk to the Gilded Vale, buy camp supplies, and then walk back to... Well, actually, that's probably a good thing. Okay, I walk here, I buy camp supplies, but I don't use them. I come back here just in time for my construction to finish. I get a free rest, and then I have camp supplies as I begin exploring onward. Yes, 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 yes. It's brilliant. It's the perfect plan. I'll hear absolutely nothing against it. I'm sure nothing in this game is timed. I'm sure it's all gonna be okay. Gonna be just fine. I believe the inn is the one who sells camp supplies. Ooh, people want to talk. Hold on. Ella seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
Are you alright?
Of course. Merely processing some of the unusual things we've seen lately.
Uh-huh.
And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
The situation is more dire than I realized. I have to find this leaden key.
That does seem like the logical course of action. I shall follow your lead.
Tell me about... Well, I've been gone for more than a year now, but I suspect I'll always think of the forests and fields of Ada as home. We have thousands of years of history and tradition behind us, and there's a sense of dignity and responsibility that comes with that. He frowns. Of course there's baggage as well. Our imperial past is still fresh in the minds of many, as you may have noticed here. Has it been difficult to adjust to the Deerwood? People here are informal, hot-blooded. His mouth twists into a smirk. More attentive to insult than to duty. But as long as one avoids provocation, it's easy enough to get along. He steeples his fingers. I've gotten accustomed to keeping my thoughts to myself, anyway. Malf looks at you with quiet attention. How may I be of service? How long were you in Gilded Vale? He shrugs, fidgeting with the hem of his sleeve. Not much longer than you. As you saw it, it was hardly the haven that has been advertised. Any thoughts on what I should do next? Manuel urged you to seek out the leading key agents in Defiance Bay, yes? If his condition is any warning, we should find them with all haste. That's all. A deer.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
But you had some things you wanted to ask him?
Nah, well, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. It's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
There's no need to be embarrassed. I'm not going to judge your dream.
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden, about how he'd turned against us and fought for Widewind, been on my mind for some time now.
Because they're true?
The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god.
That's something very
So
important.
I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. But hearing claims that he died fighting for Rayed Saris, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Widewind had in store, but if he really was Aethys...
I forgot something really important. The vibes have been off all stream, and I just realized why. Important. And now to stare at the camera on the delay to see. Okay, perfect.
I thought, maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died, so I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use
So
our
why didn't
connection.
you ask me for help? I'm a watcher as well, you know.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. The Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Understandable. When you've been, you know, avoiding feeling for so long. The sudden rush of a connection, of a hope. I can see. Really, if I wanted to find out with my brother, I shouldn't be starting with watchers. I should be starting with records. So why don't you? Andrew thinks for a moment. His lips twist to one side. He raises his eyebrow. If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace. Well, it just so happens, buddy, that we're going to Defiance Bay.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
That guy recently... No? No, that was it. That was the level up, babies. Let's see what we got. Come on. I believe. 8 points. Mechanics. Stealth. Yes, good, yes. Yeah, I don't need lore, so... Yeah. I was thinking about taking this down, putting this up, and using the extra point to afford a lore, but I don't need to use scrolls in this lady. Her magic is so independent and free that... Level 3 powers! Oh, man. Alright, what are we working with here? Generates a rebounding wave of psychic feedback between the Cipher and an ally that causes crush damage to enemies caught in between. Lasts for 10 seconds and does 22 to 34 per second. So, average of... Average of 28 per second for 10 seconds. 280 total damage. Leaving them hobbled, dex down, and weakened, might and constitution down. So that's all their physical. And a bunch of movement. My god, and then every defense as well. No damage tied to that. Just 16 seconds is not a small amount. Oh my god, I get 2 of them. Pain Link. One of the links nearby enemies to target, forcing a certain portion of all damage to that target. Yeah, that makes sense. 25% of all damage. Destroys the target's psychic defenses, leaving them dominated by the Cipher for the duration. Is this an upgraded version of Override's Charm? Only one character can have it at a time. But can I have a Charm and a Dominate? This one lasts longer. Incredible. I get a +10 accuracy versus the will check. It's a fast spell. It does the same thing, but for more expensive. What? Oh. Everything is... Okay, so they don't get weakened like the ones with the level 1 version get. Understood. You get a full strength puppet. Secret horrors cause the enemies in the area affected to believe their worst fears have been realized, frightening and sickening for the duration. Resolve and dexterity. All attributes. Okay. Interesting. It affects mental stats as well, which I guess would be the benefit over something like Fractured. But I think I like Fractured more. And then Soul Ignition. Force an enemy's soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them, burning them over time. Okay. About 10 damage a second for 13 seconds, total of 130 damage. And then this one was average 260 damage over 10 seconds. So this is stronger. This is versus Fortitude. This is versus Reflex. Okay. Ally. This counts as an ally then, right? If I can Puppet Master someone and then or then... Fractured's like a pretty good debuff, though. Reduces movement by 2.5. Dexterity, Might, and Con reduced by 2 each. A further 20 reduction to both of their physical defenses. And a... Oh, this is tough. Is Puppet Master worth having with the other? Can I use both of them? Lasts longer, so it's probably better, even though it takes triple the focus. So I can generate that much focus within the window of the shorter one, let alone the longer one. It just seems like really generically strong damage, though. This will let all of our attacks hit someone way, way, way easier. I have debuffs already. I don't have, like, a good, like, point-and-click damage. This is incorrect, but I'm doing it anyway. Suck it. I can respec if I decide that I don't like how Puppet Master works. And we're done. Until another character catches up. Alright. Restin' time. Nobody else is... Oh, Connor wants to talk, though. Goodness, I'm so popular with my party.
I confess, I was hoping our meeting with Mayor Wald would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Kyne the Younger read her father's will.
I wish I could have gotten through to him. He was far gone, but don't worry. The past is there that we might learn from it. I'm sure we'll find more answers in Defiance
It will
Bay.
give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
I'm glad that you're so chill about me doing other quests instead of just focusing that blindly. I do think that would be very difficult to do at our current level. The place seemed scary as all hell.
Just say the word.
Okay, so the next Cypher spell I get, because I get 3 of every level, next one I grab will be that debuff. Because it did seem like a chunky debuff. Probably end up being my most used thing, let's be honest. Excuse
Well
me,
met,
miss.
friend.
I'd like to see what you got for sale. Camping supplies. We're gonna buy all 4 of those. Now, what do I got to sell you? Because I don't want to actually spend money on this. Money is a thing that NPCs give to me. It was already empty. That's pretty recently. Books. Sweet, beautiful books. God, yeah. Farce, a farce. Probably be keeping some of... I'll keep the ones that are 0 CP. That just makes sense. Alright. I end up giving them $12. That's 12 too many, but... Ugh. My net worth...
Can
goes
do.
down. We don't need to rest. We're very recently rested. We have all of our spell slots,
How may I help?
I believe.
What?
Looks
Following
like
your
we do. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright. It was nice seeing you all again. To the map. To the map, I say. Now we go to Saint Noir. Pick one day. Our construction will finish, and we can start the next one right away.
Not a problem.
Bright Hollow restoration construction completed. So let's go take a look at our new Bright Hollow. You know, we gotta also enjoy the aesthetic, alright? It's not just a gameplay bonus to us. This is our home. Becoming more than it was. Becoming all that it could be. It'd be a little more inviting if all the lights were on. You know, this was the full restoration I was hoping. Ooh. Was that always there? I feel like you could have prioritized a little bit and saved a little bit of money by excuse. Really as restored as I was imagining. Okay, this is pretty decent. We can rest here now. Hell yeah. Alright. Great Hall restoration completed. Visitors and adventurers. We get 3 renown plus 4 security. That'll bring us to 6 and 6. It seems to be required for basically everything, huh? I might get the Warden's Lodge. Grant a bonus to survival skill when resting. Okay, get a bonus to Constitution and Athletics. Restore the Hearth. Restore the Lab. What do those do? They're all really quick and really cheap, though. Interesting. Alright, keep upgrade. Takes a long time and is expensive, but it opens up so many more options. I think I'd like to get the dungeons as soon as possible. Ooh, Merchant Stall could be useful, though. So I'm gonna be able to buy camping supplies here. Ooh. Okay, there's clearly a lot of things we need. And we're not going to stare at that and spend the whole play session just theory crafting a build we're going to forget by the next stream. Upgrade complete. Let's get out of here. The more time we spend on the road, the quicker the upgrades come for this. In fact, I wonder what the meta is vis-a-vis, like, wasting time for upgrades. Like, since I'm making a big cash investment in the Stronghold, is that going to get me behind on gear progression? And therefore, like, do I have to go really hard into the keep construction stuff to make it profitable? Things to think about, I guess. This feels like an optional money sink to me, but maybe this is like a story requirement to keep stuff. I'm making lots and lots of assumptions. A dangerous thing to do in an RPG when there's no coming back. Because I could, you know, keep more manual saves, but that'd be a little too wise for me. Let's go to the wood end. Which end would you end? Alright, what is our situation? Dark roads in every direction. Those are probably more backer names that seem to have a billion backers. Enough room to put 100 on a tombstone every 20 feet in the whole game. Oh, hey Lurky. As usual, we want this guy going in first.
Following your lead.
Anna can take him up. Everyone else start lobbing.
Just say the word.
I don't have anyone who I can target with this, so I'll go ahead and I strike him.
Hi?
I don't think it's worth using an actual spell slot on a lone forest lurker. If there was two of these guys, I'd think about it, but... Hold off for a little while on this.
Following your lead.
As you please. I have other... Yeah, I see. This one increases the movement rate and reflex of all allies. Okay. Yeah, let's keep the defensive bonuses going. I was gonna just do damage, but I don't know if that's... Oh, you know what? I've never actually activated this. Let's... You have to finish the current one before you'll play the next. Alright, let's see how much damage this does. Guess I could be spamming this a little bit more, huh? Like I got lots of energy I could be using. Okay, all enemies caught between them.
Following your lead.
Of course he's stuck the whole time, damn it. Go back to our bread and butter here.
What?
Hey man, if you want to go ahead and Holy Radiance now, that'd be cool.
Brave thou not sleep. Yes?
Okay. Not our best work, but... Probably should have saved that too for a little bit longer. We're here to
Just
make
say the word.
Alright, optimal play, there's no fun in that. Perfect. So nice little corner of the map. That lurker was a little stronger than the last few that we fought. They seem to... maybe I just fought sloppier. That's always a possibility. Considering that the bestiary stats track, there's probably not variance between individuals.
Just say the word.
Maybe there is. Maybe they scaled. Alright, alright. Quick chance to test it, I guess. Right then. So you go in first.
Brave.
Then Kana goes in. We'll all get popping. You put him on the ground.
Just say the word.
You blind him.
Following your lead.
You keep doing what you're doing. I believe in you.
Yes?
This time, we're gonna invest a little bit more spell slot. Alright, now we got a good line.
That's it!
Just say the word. Death to our enemies!
Pop, a little pop.
Just say the word.
Let's try this again, shall we? Aw, damn it. Wait, no. We kill too fast. We're too efficient. We're too powerful. Lurkers have no chance. Where's a dragon? You know, something that'll last more than like 20 seconds. Not overconfidence, won't be punished. It's the perfectly deserved amount of confidence. Stash it all away. I think the proper exit's gonna be to the west, right? Because Defiance Bay is to the west of us.
Great.
Who's that going in
Yes?
first? Is Kana going in first? Let's
Yeah.
chill for 1 sec. Let's chill for 1 sec. Let's...
Following your lead.
Perfect. Down.
Say the word.
Blind.
Yes?
Around the back.
That's it!
I
Get
think.
popping.
What?
Napalino.
Go.
Kinda stuck over here.
We get 2 of these for combat. Might as well be using them.
Just say the word.
One more hit before I can cast. Okay, this time for real though. This time for real though. Maybe you could like shoot and hit every once in a while. Oh my god. Didn't get to proc again. You monsters.
Leave it to me.
My moment was nigh. My moment was nay. We should like just check off the edge of this map. Yeah, okay, we unlocked Stormwall Gorge coming this way. So we gotta try to see if the south and western parts of the map unlock anything. Cool, 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 cool. Good exploration, good exploration. Down here to see if there's anything off in the... Ooh! A little bit of flower power. Bareth's balls! It's Bareth's bells! Creeping through the woods, looking for some fights. The rest of my party's gonna level up before we leave tonight. I think.
How may I help?
Yeah. Sub 50. Sub 80. Sub 170.
Following your lead.
Exactly 170. How do you get ahead of Durance? And we appreciate it, but...
Can do.
I want want to miss a big portion of the map. We'll check up here first. And we'll loop around to the road there. Oh, hello. You just left some goods out here. Fine ass bow you got right there. This party will hold on to this.
Just say the word.
Wine dregs swirl around the bottom of the clay jar. Okay, not much up here. Got some mushy mush clinging to the walls over here, though. Ooh. First we got a monster mash to handle.
Following your...
Just say the word. Death to our enemies! Just say the word.
Okay. No debuff this time. We're just gonna open this shit with this.
Aye?
And probably consider a way to blind this guy as like a pretty high priority, actually. Okay, that's some good damage right there. Holy. And the hell just keeps going, man. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that crab. Okay. Now we gotta see what makes the puppet different from the...
Just say the word.
The whisper.
Can do. Can do.
More whisper and treason. Alright, we're making puppets now. But if we can do both, though... we can have 2 people from every fight join our cause. Well. Well. There's gonna be anything in the world that can stand up to that. Certainly not a force. Okay. Hold on, this is a bigger fight than I was prepared for. Wigra. Or trolls, some sort of spooky thing.
Just say the word.
Go ahead and get that super spooky thing on my side. I have a feeling that we have to rest after this fight, however this goes down. So
How
let's
may
get
I
ready
help?
to... Okay. And that
Just
was the
say the
wrong
word.
spell. That was the wrong... I didn't whisper treason at all. No, 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 no. Damn it, no. Wait.
Yeah.
I don't get the refund when I... Ooh, okay. Things are getting a little spicy already, but that's alright, We got this shit on lock. Okay, I guess we have to see what makes... No, let's get this casted immediately. I'm so scared. Should have realized when it was like an AoE cast that I'd fuck something up, but... oh boy. Nobody's really lost that much yet except for Kana. It's a little too early to pop this out. What do we got in the way of armor spells, new man? What's the range on that, buddy? I don't think you're standing in the right place like that. Oh, poop.
This fight.
Where'd this Earth Blight come from? Excuse you? Ugh, this is already a mess. Knock this fool down.
Following your lead.
You should be ready to summon some lads. Get some flanking action going.
Just
over
say the word.
there. You gotta whisper some treason to this guy in the back. That was once again not whisper of treason.
Mine.
Roll up 10!
Rest up, big guy.
So,
Got your back.
no! Anna!
Just say the word.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. It sounds like a slur when I say it.
Just say the word. No! Stay with me!
What's that sound effect? That wasn't someone dying, right? Oh boy. Oh good, the bar is dead.
Just say the word.
Go ahead and add this guy to the team for a minute.
Just. You better run! You're mine! Just say the word. Death to our enemies! Yeah.
What did this do again? Frightened. There's so many like combo debuffs that like that just doesn't feel that good.
Just say the word.
Oh, we should probably rest after this one, right?
Just say the word. Death to our enemies! Just say the word.
Really have that much more straightforward spells. I guess this one's pretty small. Just kind of machine gun them out. Being gone. New tier spells? Question mark. Or. Oh, sounds good. Arcane. Oh my god, so many new spells to go through now. Arcane Dampener. Creates a nullifying field of anti-magic energy around the chosen points, forcing all beneficial effects on enemies in the area. Okay. So it delays all enemy buffs by 20 seconds. That could maybe be really good for cheesing ultra-specific fights. I don't know what there is in the way of self-buffing enemies in this game. That could be pretty cool. Foe attack speed and move speed reduced. Gotcha. Just a slow down effect. Drains crow damage, and then gets it back as endurance. Is it a touch range spell? Where's the... Doesn't show a range. Caster's hand becomes a toxic parasite. Causing... Okay, I'm assuming it's a touch spell. This one says 10 meters. This one says nothing. increase attack speed for 40 seconds, but hurts them for 15 damage. Okay. 15 damage over that period of time is basically nothing. Especially for a 50% attack speed buff, that could go really hard on my boy. I wonder if that affects my reload speed too, actually. We're gonna keep this in the possibilities. Decreases enemy DR. I'm so confused. Create a ball of energy in the caster's hand that can be thrown at an enemy, causing burn, freeze, corrode, or shock. Keeps happening until they change their weapon. Okay, so it like gets rid of my staff and gives me like a chaos boon to whiff at enemies. That's neat. It's a different kind of spell that I've never seen before. Deflection, reflection. 50% of incoming hits converted to grazes. Okay. This is tank spell, whatever. Minoletas banding missiles. Okay. So there's 3 projectiles. Each does 16 to 24. So each does an average of 20. So that's 60. And then they jump twice each. So 60, 120, 180 damage. Okay. I'm seeing the dream, but I don't think that's what we're going with. Corrode damage and sickened. Here it's all in the second, and like 13 seconds, nah. Terrified and sickened together for 20 seconds. As long as they stay in the AoE. I guess if they leave the AoE, then it only lingers for 2.6. I thought there was a lot more than that when let's take Alacrity. I just like the idea. Maybe I should also take Arduous, LOL. We should go full-time wizard. Minus the damage reduction goes crazy. This could be funny. An 80-second, so I just 3rd level spell right at the start. This one's 40 seconds. Between exposed vulnerabilities and minor blights and my heart. What's this? 26 seconds. So I cast Alacrity of Motion, and then I cast Exposed Vulnerability, and then I just blast someone to bits with my gun. That's like... in 5 damage reduction. So I have to hit like 20 attacks for it to compare with Abounding Missiles. But then, like, I guess it's not fair to think of it that way, because you also get the increased DPS from the extra hits you get with the deflection and concentration reduction. Place damage. Only affects the caster. Never mind. I thought I could cast that in my tank and be laughing. What was this one again? Telling all foes near the... Okay. AoE debuff. Okay, let's do it. We're going all in on this energy for my melee boys and my gun gal. Do your best, Aloth. I believe in you. I think I might have already had a 3rd level spell that I just couldn't use before.
How may I
too,
help?
Just sitting in my book, right? Yeah. Crackling Bolt and Fireball. Yeah, that goes pretty hard, actually. Like, bounces off walls and shit, don't it? Oh my god, okay, that's gonna be crazy. Straight to the straight line and bounces off of walls. Yeah, yeah! Oh, we're gonna get fucking some sacred geometry shit going. I can feel it. Athletics seems good to me. 60 endurance, 2nd wind. Yeah, yeah. If I take it down, it's 55 endurance. Okay. Actually, survival is probably important, right? So right now he's getting the healing multiplier. You can go to the bonus movement. You can go to increased accuracy bonus versus creature type. You can go to increased consumable duration. Yeah, I think investing in survival for this boy's future is way more important than an extra 5 on his 2nd wind that I use pretty frequently, but not, like, incredibly. Oh, interesting. Fighters have the weapon specializations that are, like, talents for other people to... Interesting. Okay. Vigorous Defense. It is a 1 per use encounter. All defenses plus 20 for 15 seconds. Once per fight. That could be pretty good in an opening when I'm against a big crab before I can thin them out. Spin Barrage. Increase their accuracy for... Okay. Permanent Aura. Lowers his own accuracy. But all allies get a deflection bonus. Fighter learns to survive pulling enemies to meet in their and causing pierce damage, leaving them dazed. Twice per encounter. Okay, so it's a 5-meter dash, I guess. That does a 5-meter pull at the end of it. Bringing all targets in for pierce damaging and then dazing. Accuracy reduction. Okay, reducing an enemy's accuracy is like improving our own defenses. That's all I'm saying. Oh, this is permanent. This is for 24 seconds per fight. Do I really have to go boring-ass Guardian stance? Okay, increase the minimum damage is pretty funny. Night. Morning Star. Oh, just damage though, no accuracy. Lame. Sorry, this is not even for this character I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at for my other character. What gets the best gun bonuses? So this gets the pistol and the blunderbuss. This gets the arbalist and the arquebus. Okay, nobody else has any guns. This guy's got the warbow. This guy's got the crossbow. Confident aim is pretty interesting. Just makes him way more consistent passively. I think stacking passives is good. I don't like really play this character very seriously. I trip twice a fight, and then I basically ignore him. I never even have to use his second wind. He just regens passively so much. This guy's not a DPSer. His job is not... So I think maybe just having the friendly aura makes everything... I wonder if he also gains the benefit of the plus 10 deflection, because he's the one who needs it most. Once per encounter, but like you start the fight off with it, and that's when there's always going to be the most enemies hitting you, right? So you're like tanking up, making the enemy like 20% less likely to hit you for the most dangerous 15 seconds of the fight. Or you could help out your allies for the entire fight at the cost of your own DPS, which is already like the smallest in the party, being a little lower. This is crazy. I'm just tempted to take the skill expressive one because it's skill expressive, you know? Or we gotta time it right. Really pop off with it. You know, having just more per fight abilities is just fun. It's just fun. You know? We're gonna go ahead and take Vigorous Defense. This is the wrong decision to make, and I happily make it.
Just say the word.
Anything to get out of that screen for a little while, am I right? Oh, his health increased. On that level up, I guess. Interesting. Okay. So we can handle one more fight then before we...
Leave it to me.
I guess we'll go ahead and loot the enemies, really. A little too far from each other for the one-click pickup. I see how it is. I see how it is. You gotta force my hand a little bit. Let's follow this cliff here. Now, there's like a cool fork in the road over here. Maybe a troll's gonna block the way. Prime spot for
Hush, Itumok.
Oh,
We'll
hello.
just wait a little longer.
Who are you? A dwarven woman dressed in skins and hides leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick stripe of paint. She's sharpening a bone arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bear figurine between her feet. A large, white-furred fox standing at her heels looks up as you approach.
Easy, Itumok. It's not him.
This outfit may not be flattering, but I am definitely not him. She lifts her head and looks at you. No argument there. It's just not you who I'm looking for. Who are you
Short
waiting
version?
for?
I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Friend is supposed to meet you here?
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know Whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Try something? What exactly are you
The
talking
long
about?
version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Naasitaq. I came here looking for a village
Naasitaq?
elder,
That's some
a
Nazi
man
talk
we
right
knew
there,
as
girl.
Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
I'm looking for Persok. She painted brows lowers and her compacted muscular frame sags for just an instant. 5 years. Can't be that many people in Deerwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. So you're searching 5 years for a stranger you barely remember, who could be anyone.
That
now.
about sums it up.
Actually, I know how you feel.
Then you have my sympathies. Hopefully you've got a better lead than I do.
How does the statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine in her trousers, raising it in a small, flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished Aedra is worn to a dull mat along its arched back and ovoid haunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persoc. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
She holds it out to you. You feel wisps of sensation. Not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Naasitaq, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persoc, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright. For a few hours.
I could
But
take a
most
look
of the
at
time,
it.
it looks just like this. I've heard that one before. Whole reason I'm standing here is because some so-called watcher from Forkvale told me he could take a look. For a few golden dukes, of course.
Oh, well, I'll do it for free, or maybe for your companionship?
I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the wolf's lair and the twining trees.
What's the Wolf's Rail? Defiance Bay. Locals call it Current Duke Wolfgren. Sounds like it'd be fun to drink with. Is Twining Trees a real place? He meant Twin Elms. I haven't been there yet, but I hear there's some especially memorable trees.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see the figurine?
Why?
A real
You
watcher.
expect me to believe that? After the story I just told you?
You got nothing to lose by letting me try.
But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
He hands you the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing your hand. She watches you examine it, wary, but curious. You raise the Aedra bear, turning it in the light. As your eyes catch a tiny, glinting scratch, the scenery around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't your own. You catch the musk of beasts amid the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You have to watch your step up here. You look down long enough to see sharp, pale cliff drop into water 100 feet above you. You see visions of a cliff high over the water. Does that sound familiar? Your question is greeted with shrugs and silence. Perception 15 or 18 required. I got it.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
Told you I'm a watcher. She blinks at you a few times, calculating. I know this sounds strange, but it's the
You
truth.
realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Come with me. I've got other business in the area. We can look for Persoc on the way.
And if this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
Tucks a figurine into her pouch and her fox stand, shaking its pale coat. She's joining the party! Holy shit! Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Just say the word.
Okay. I'm kind of glad my monk died, or else I wouldn't have room for... Oh, she's got way more health than this guy has, too. Okay.
Ready, Watcher.
What do you got? What do you got? Marked prey. Once per... Designate a single target as prey, giving the ranger and animal companion damage bonus against the target. Wounding shot. As he or she would with fleeting prey, the hunter aims for a spot that will slow the target's progress, hobbling the target and inflicting raw damage over time. Okay, cool. So it does 12 to 16 thunk, and then it reapplies that same damage as raw. Okay, that's pretty sick. I don't know why she's got an extra 5 meters on that, but that's pretty sick. Let's see what we're working with here. 17 perception. 11 dex, 13 int, 15 might. Okay. I think my highest priority for her is to find some way to increase her dex. That seems like a pretty slow attack speed for a ranger character with an animal companion. Hunter's Instincts. She gets extra damage, or extra accuracy against primordials and wilders. Prey, Stalker's Link. 10 accuracy when attacking the same target as an animal companion. Okay. Focus Peasant. Okay, so hunting bows and spears and stuff are her priority. And Agile Retreat. Okay, she disengages really good. Okay, I'm pretty neutral at everything, huh? I've been clever, I've been diplomatic, I've been rational, I've been honest, I've been deceptive, I've been benevolent. We're sipping our toes into everything. We should probably, you know, decide who we are as a person. Okay, it can... Oh my goodness. Survival 9. Crazy. What equipment do you have, girly? I do. Okay. It doesn't really have anything too special. It just has fine quality, basically. Oh no, it's accurate too. Oh, so I could still make it fine and make it... Ooh. Maybe I should wait till I can make it exceptional. Accurate 2 is pretty boring for a unique upgrade on a thing, so... Oh, you can only have one quality upgrade. So you take 6, you take 4, and you take 2. There's only one way to max out the 12 slots on, I guess, for unique stuff, it's a little different. That actually has, like, you know, unique stuff. Sorry, what level are you? 5. Okay, so she's a step ahead of Durance and Kana. But they're about to catch up. Beautiful. We've actually have a full party. Yeah, he isn't really
Just
upset.
say the word.
Okay. It's like this.
Not a problem.
Yeah, we should probably spread people out a little bit more so we're less vulnerable to, like, an opening AoE. If someone throws a fireball at us at the start of the fight, we're pretty screwed, huh? Okay, let's do 2 versions of formation. Let's do one tight and one loose. So we can, like, toggle before we get into a situation. Okay. That's about right. Put you closer to the action. Got this version. Got this version. Okay. Let's get marching. Pick a save here. In defiance of everything, we head to the bay. After we finish exploring the map for a little bit of experience that we could possibly get. Every flower I pick, every foe I fight.
Just say the word. Athena. Valino. Just Just
fighting
say the
squad.
word.
Durance, my man. What we got for ya? Oh, you're gonna get a whole another tier of spells for me to have to fucking learn, huh, buddy? We'll go lore. Go survival. Okay. 15 to all defenses for 12 seconds. Lowers enemies' accuracy. Ooh. 20% of hits become crits is pretty funny. Pillar of Faith does some crush damage and does knockdown in an AoE. That could be pretty sick. Pretty sick. One target plus all the goons around them. Immunity to hobbled and stuck. Minor endurance gain. Okay, cool. So this is like a trap I can preset for like an opening of burst damage. Friendly AoE. When their endurance drops below 20%, they get 40 endurance. So it's just like, do I have to hit them when they're below 20%, or I hit them when they're full health, and they get knocked below 20%, and then it like procs? It doesn't say it lasts an amount of time. I don't know. That would require some testing. I think this pillar is probably the one I end up using the most, if I'm being honest. This could be cool too to like set up death corridors. How long does this one last for? 6. Okay, so this sits for 10 minutes. Yeah. So I can set up some traps. That's hot. Nay, that's shocking.
Just say the word.
Awakened wood.
Leave it to me.
Oh, I've awoken the wood many times in my life. Especially considering the power I've gotten. Oh, what I really want to see is Kana's level ups, though. Get some new funky beats, dog. Oh, defensive ditties. Off the ground. I picked these while I was over there. Yeah, Edgar, go get them. Sparrow's nest is tucked between two angled slats. Cool, helpful, thank you. You can Sparrow me that detail. I was hoping to learn some stuff about like what happened to that house. How did it burn down in a bandit's raid? Or some sort of elemental disaster? Hello, Jalen. As you near, you feel vibrant history behind the essence's woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. You see a group of robed figures sitting next to a fire. This woman, much younger and smaller, sits with them. They're discussing travel and making plans, deciding which road will get them to their destination fastest. A rustling noise catches the attention of several members of the group, and they stand, watching over the fire, straining against the darkness to see. An enormous, shadowy figure makes its way into camp, and the darkness slowly parts against the firelight to reveal who it is. Many members of the group stand, readying weapons. Others quietly invoke their god, preparing spells for battle. The girl looks around, confused, when the man sitting next to her stands, holding out his arms. He chastises the others in the group for not showing the proper hospitality to a stranger. The man walks towards the ogre, hand extended, speaking words of welcome in its own tongue. The ogre stares at the man for a brief moment. Then, with a swiftness seeming natural for a being of its size, it swings the club it had been dragging behind itself. It connects with the man's head, causing a wet, crushing sound. The woman to the girl's right screams and rushes to the man's side. covering half the distance before the man has even fallen to the ground. From the darkness, all around the group, terrifying and blood-curdling shouts answer the screams of those in the camp, as more figures approach through the darkness. Yikes. That's what you get, I guess, for being friendly out here. Excuse me while I take every ruthless decision from here on out. He even spoke the ogre's language? That didn't give it even a second to pause? Man. If you can talk with it, then it should be able to be your friend, damn it. I understand if communication's impossible and you're just people who'll never understand each other, but... Oh, shit. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't rearing for a fight. Let's do it. Oh.
Just say the word.
You might... Okay, you're mean.
Just say the word.
You're mean, so I can do something about this. Eder? Knock it down, buddy.
That's it!
This thing was terrifying, actually. Holy shit, that did a lot of damage. Okay. 5 copper for that fucking murder machine? Bro.
I'm on it.
I don't know about that one. Kinda, buddy, what we got for you? Oh, 5's probably tempting. It's probably gonna be a long time till I ever see anything of that caliber. Let's go ahead and just eke up the survive just a little tiny bit, buddy. Get some actual rest bonuses. Oh. Okay, let's look at first tier phrases real quick first. Okay. Cool. Understood. Nothing I want there, but neat. Lo, their endless hosts, the Harbinger's doom, generate to feel the terror of frightening enemies in the air of effect. It decreases the duration of and defends against frightened and terrified enemies for allies in the... Okay. I see the gimmick then. You start with Lo, their endless host, and then you go into 1 dozen stand against the power of the saint, and then they synergize. This lingers for 4.2 seconds into this one. That increases with intellect, probably. So we could probably get it to the point where they overlap perfectly, huh? Interesting. Plus 25 defense against frightened attacks. Minus 10-second frightened duration. Plus 15 defense against terrified attacks. Minus 5... Okay, this isn't enemies who are frightened. This is abilities that apply frightened, I see. Not as interesting as I thought. Wish I could see the numbers, so it makes my song drop. Traps. Ooh, reload speed and range attack speed. We like that. We like that. I mean, like, I almost have to, right? My main character's playing a gun build. almost gotta take the friendly aura of reload speed, huh? And range attack speed, so like all of my wizards and stuff will... Okay. I see a play here. That's pretty funny too, though. Resolve and dexterity down by 2, plus their accuracy reduced by 10? But nah. Sure-handed Illa knock her arrows at speed, indeed. Enchanting.
Yes?
We gotta tweak our songs. Which menu did I do that in again? Where's my jam menu? Edit chunks. Golden allies give bonuses to fortitude and will. Increase the movement rate and reflex. Okay, the opening part of the fight is the most dangerous part of the fight. Are most attacks made against fortitude or reflex? Like basic attacks. Which of these should I open with? Okay, yeah. I think we open with this, and then we go into this. And when all's safe... I think this is correct. This is our jam.
Just say the word.
Alright, buddy. We should go up this cliff and look for a bot. Isn't that right, Foxy? Should I tweak the formation a little? Maybe I should have this guy in the middle, so his like chance applying the most evenly. Is there like a range on his? Let's just see how this next fight goes, and we'll make decisions based on that. Surely there's gonna be a fight up here, right? You don't make like a tucked away little cliff up here that put in a super boss. Okay. Spot of Lions is like a super boss. Let's... Okay. Lioness. Okay. If I know anything about lions, is that the lioness is the one that we're actually scared of, so... Whisper treason at the lioness. My goodness, you're already having a hard time here, I can see.
What?
Wait, don't attack lioness, don't attack lioness, don't attack lioness, don't attack lioness, don't attack lioness.
What?
Okay, this guy's flanked to shit, he should be down in a sec. Have you not hit
Just say the word
thing since...
Some good times.
Everybody on it. Alright, real good here. Great. We'll take it. We'll take it all. Ooh, Hearth Harvest. Unique. Interfering. Said was one of the... We're up 0.35. It does extra 5 to your deflection. Plus 25% burn damage and a 3 DR bypass. Should I have my tank just wield that? That seems pretty good. My ranger's playing from a ranged, so I don't need to put something like this on her. Let's see how that compares. The plus 5 deflection is crazy. You take this. We drop all the rest of this in the stash. Alright, so my current weapon heals me. This one stops me from taking damage in the first place, though. That's a little bit less damage. Interesting. Fast, same speed, same interrupt, slightly less damage. But that's before you factor in the lash, which probably makes it do more damage. Although when you compare the... Okay, hold on. Hold on. So the secondary damage slot is spoken for, but the rending doesn't affect the quality or the... Okay. Seeing a way out here. +4 accuracy, +15% damage. You can give it Kins. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, but it's not going to be able to fit a Superb. Well, it's probably not going all the way to Superb, let's be honest. We're going to find better than this somewhere, right? For now, let's just make it fine. We'll worry about further upgrades later. Okay, now it does the same damage as the flail. What exactly does... You know, the deflection makes it worse. And the DR bypass, yeah. It's just a nice upgrade in every way I can think of. Great find. How does this compare to your situation here? 12 to 16, 13 to 20. And she currently has a 63 bonus to attack. This makes it a 59, huh? Interesting. (12 to 16, 13 to 20). The mixed damage types could be important. I'm confused. Accurate 2. Oh, it's +8 accuracy, whereas Fine's only +4. Okay, that makes sense then. It's like, to fuck? Okay, I get it. So you really gotta get shit to exceptional before it's better than just going into one or the other, and then Superb just crushes it all. Alright. We're coming to some understandings here. I would do significantly more damage per hit, but I'm more likely to hit with this. Am I tempted just to toss this on you and then toss this on her? Having 2 different range setups might be interesting. I don't know. Next gun I get's getting an accuracy instead of a quality.
Just say the word.
What say you? Waves are roughly chiseled in the stone. They grasp at Andra's beloved moon like curling fingers. Woo. If I could just reach out and touch the moon. Alright. Goal is in Defiance Bay. So we continue on our way. Oh, interesting. How long has my camera been broken like that? Oh, I'm actually really confused, because my room is way darker in the bottom half of that. I'm wearing the same clothes, though. Goodness gracious. How long have you been broken like that? Are you gonna reactivate camera, or are you just gonna... If I try... Interesting, interesting. Remove NVIDIA camera as a source. Add device. Existing NVIDIA cam. Is this important? Probably not, but activate. Activate. Does any other software detect it? I'm gonna try this one last thing, and then if this doesn't work, I'll just go on with the stream without. Oh, interesting. That's really weird. My mic's still working, right? NVIDIA broadcast. I wasn't running my camera through NVIDIA broadcast, but I was running my mic through. So it's weird that my mic was working. No, I hear that the newest version is pure garbaggio. Okay, does this detect my camera? It does not seem to detect my camera. I think I'm going to have to unplug and replug my camera in to make it work again. But put this. Yeah, this is well and truly broke. I guess no camera for the rest of the stream. Oh well, he wasn't missing much anyway. It's my words, see, that make me who I am. Not this face of mine. Yes, back up there. YouTube back right here. I'll fix my webcam after the stream. Oh, shit. Okay, this feels like the kind of place where you get jumped by a fool with no way out. They're gonna come behind and in front and... Astronde. As you near, you feel the vibrant history containing the essence of human soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. I reach. You see a lavishly decorated room, walls hung with tapestries, ornate oil lamps creating a warm, relaxing atmosphere. There are several overstuffed couches covered with silk pillows and an elegant table in the middle of the floor. This woman is seated at the table, sitting across from another woman. They are both well-dressed, their style befitting the room they're in. The other woman's hair is blonde, in stark contrast to this woman's black, and is swept up over her head in a dramatic style. The woman speaks in an easy, free tone, obviously familiar with one another. Though they each seem to be comfortable in the other's company, a strange nervousness surrounded the blonde woman's actions. She faintly portrays herself with a little giggle or stammer, hitching over an easy word as she speaks. Her demeanor swings from friendly to shy, and back again with no warning. The woman leans back a little in her chair, stretching lightly. As she finishes her stretch, she gently lays her hand next to the other woman's hand, letting their fingers subtly entwine. The second woman stops speaking mid-sentence, inhales sharply, and turns red. She does not, however, move her hand. This woman smiles and moves her hand further over the other, holding it. She then stands, moving around the table towards the blonde woman, whose face shows conflicting emotions of terror and lust. I don't think those are very conflicting. Okay, I think those go hand in hand. A lot of... Anyway. She giggles and pulls her hand out from under the other and brings it to her mouth, the red of her face deepening. This woman stops, looking down at her, eyes sparkling. She reaches out and pulls something from the blonde's hair, letting it fall around her shoulders. She leaves over, brushing her lips lightly over the blonde woman's cheeks, resting her mouth against her ear. She whispers. Her hand moves lithely down the other woman's body to her waist. The blonde shudders and leans into the hand, eyes closing, cheek pressed against the other woman's lips, still whispering at her ear. The woman's hand deftly removes a small bag from the other woman's belt and secretes it under her own cloak at the small of her back. Then, she gently kisses the other woman's cheek and stands again, the smile never leaving her mouth. What, was she a mark all along, or was there, like, legitimate passion there taken advantage of? Crydock Bridgman, what's in your soul? You see a ship being tossed about in a storm-ravaged sea. The swells rise and fall, carrying the ship with them as if it were a toy. This man stands on deck at the helm of the ship, but water whips around him. The crew moves about frantically, trying to keep the chaos under control. He barks orders at them, pointing where to go and giving each one a task. The men, while still visibly distressed, seem to calm down when they are given their orders. He instructs the helmsman to resume his duties at the wheel and rush to the aid of a crewman who is struggling with a rope attached to one of the sails. The ship crests a wave, going almost vertical in one direction, and then immediately again in the other direction. Several of the crew are thrown from their feet, sliding across the deck as the ship rocks. After the swell passes, and the ship returns to a relatively normal orientation, the man quickly scans the deck, counting silently. No one has been lost this time, thankfully. He looks in the direction they're headed, seeing no reprieve from the storm in sight. His jaw squared and his upper lip stiffened. He returns to the helm and takes the wheel again. Okay, first of all, a relatively normal orientation. Wow. That's so heteronormative, dude. What's wrong with an upside-down ship, huh?
Just say the word.
What's wrong with a ship that likes to bob both ways?
Can do.
Reasonable people in Defiance Bay. Well, you have not found reasonable people, my friend. I promise you that one, 100%. You see a flurry of matted white hair and an incandescent freeze-fire staff before you see the man, cold and wild. He chews a wizened apple slowly, discharging spell after spell into the jumble of villagers screeching their way towards him. Cold flame vents from his nose, and Appleseed chewed at the side of his mouth as he saunters forward, ignoring arrows and curses alike. A deliberate twist of his staff, and a bolt of force glides through the torso of one assailant, and another. A roar blisters his throat as he launches himself into their midst, tearing into their essence with his staff. A pleading hand reaches towards him, and quickly falls, ignored. Silence takes hold as the tattered man gathers his prize. A basket of fresh pears. He hums as he eats. Okay, Chaos War Wizard, chopping down civilians by the thousands. We're gonna keep walking into town. We don't need to mess with that guy. And that's not who he currently is. You know, that's in him. Welcome to Defiance Bay, but watch yourself in the city, understand? I am looking for the Temple of Boudica. You say so. It's in the first fires just west of Crucible Keep. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything up here that we gotta get before we go, traipsing into town, though? Yeah, buddy. Sorry, I'm just getting my produce that, my friends left here for me. Totally, definitely. Don't worry about it. Let's save before we go into town. We're gonna look for a place to camp there, but, I don't know how that's gonna work out for us, you know? Copper Lane, take you 15 minutes? Oh, it's the longest trip we've got all day. Okay. Hopefully there's an inn in this part of town, and this isn't just like a sketchy, dangerous, shanky part of the city. I've been to a Shanksgiving or two, but you know, I'm not always in the mood to celebrate. Yeah, you can retrain a character from first level
Defiance
to
Bay, the city at the heart of the Deerwoods
that one
Revolution,
there.
now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by White One's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrolled the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Oh, shit. You're getting rough out here, huh? Interesting that that's where the act change happened over. So think about the
Defiance
escalate.
Bay. I miss Adir already.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the duck and his toadies and the Crucible Knights do nothing.
Hail, traveler.
Rowan's arms are crossed, and his mouth is set in a grim frown as he watches the gathered protesters. He looks ready for a fight. He sizes you up. New in town, eh? You picked an interesting time to visit Defiance Bay. All these refugees fleeing the frontier and finding the legacies no better here. The Animancers, Magrin scorch 'em, and they nest in the city like rats. Mark my words, though, us dozens are gonna put a stop to it. What are you doing out here? He gestures to the crowd, which buzzes with angry chatter. Trying to get folk to see reason. We're in the middle of a crisis. Instead of purging the nefarious forces from our city, the Duke is granting Animancers dangerous liberties. Well, what do you know about Animancy? It's a study of manipulation of essence, which any sane person will tell you is the purview of the gods. The Adrians, at least, had the sense to outlaw it. It's the only good thing you can say about them. It's not like magic, chanting, or the soul reading those ciphers do. It's been around since ancient Igwithian times, which is why you'll see Animancers tinkering with old Igwithian artifacts. Caleb raises a fist to cough discreetly into it. Half-truths, all. But he's an enthusiastic performer, I'll give him that. Trouble is, the Animancers got no idea what half those artifacts actually do. Not that they'll admit it. Our empathic friend is correct about one thing, at least. Only about the dozens. He taps his chest. We're an organization of interested citizens who want to free Defiance Bay from the dangerous influence of Animancers and the tyranny of the aristocrats who support them. We also consider ourselves a militia of sorts, seeing as the Crucible Knights are little more than a flock of preening nobles in training these days. Just like a militia, the dozens, except for the training, and the discipline, and the code of honor. His eyes gleamed. And we're always looking to expand. The more people see our things, the better state of the country. The more people see things our way. If you have any interest in hearing more, stop by Adnet's Den sometime. The Expedition Hall. A lot of free thinkers in there. To set straight all the nonsense the nobles the Animancers want you to believe. Might even be some paid work there for motivated types. Tell you more about the city. This is the capital of the Free Palatinate of the Deerwood. We started as the capital of an Adrian colony, and we booted the Flaccid Scepter from these lands 150 years ago. These days, we're a major port, receiving trade and visitors from all over the world. But we, some of us anyway, strive to hold on to the pioneering spirit that earned us our freedom a century and a half ago. The city is divided into 5 districts. Copper Lane, First Fire, Andra's Gifts, Brackenbury, and Heritage Hall. He ticks each one off on a calloused finger. Well, I'm in the Copper Lanes, what do I gotta worry about? This here is Copper Lane. He taps a scuffed boot in the cobblestones. It's primarily a market district, but we've got the Expedition Hall directly north of here, where you can join treks into the wilds. That's where my fellow dozens martyrs and I tend to meet with other concerned citizens. He points to a long dome building west and north of your position. And that's the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Eerie place, you ask me, but it's got the biggest library in the Deerwood. Kinda laughs. Eerie indeed. It might be less so if Kith stepped inside. I'm sure to visit Vale and just see what mysteries are revealed. What about Brackenbury? Noises of disgust rattles in his throat. The nobility that didn't sell it back to Ader stayed there. Most of the families there traced their lineage back to old imperial times. Other than a lot of has-been nobility, you got Hadron's house, where Lady Webb and her spies operate, and Brackenbury Sanitarium, the main cesspit of animancy in this city. He spits on the cobblestones. Tell me about First Fires. That's where the revolution started, hence the name. These days it's overrun with politicians and panderers, but we'll take it back someday. That's where you'll find the Ducal Palace, the Valiant Embassy, and Crucible Keep. He shakes his head. The Crucible Knights were the original freedom fighters in Defiance Bay. But now they're just strutting peacocks with their eyes on fancy titles and their heads up their own asses. There's no Temple of Wodica there, too. We kept it real nice for her. He winks. Wodica. I learned this last stream, Alex. Get the name because it was a wetland that was drained back in the Imperial days. Now it's a seedy district populated by sailors, common folk, and more than a few thugs. But it's a fun place, too, if you know where to look. He winks and elbows you. There's a place called the Sultry Mast when you're there. Other than that, it's mostly warehouses and abandoned homes. What about Heritage Hill? It used to be one of the more prestigious districts in the cities. Here's the Revolution claimed plots up there, next to the ancient Anglican Tower and the city cemetery. Had the best views in Defiance Bay. Attracts richer types these days. A lot of animancy patrons. Spits. He glances at the crowd and lowers his voice. You wouldn't have heard, but something happened over there a couple months ago. The authorities sealed it off and they're keeping their mouths shut. But mark my words, animancy's to blame. Alright, farewell, good... I don't know how to describe you. Just, don't need to tell him that I'm an animancer. Well, you know, I watch out for the animancy, you know, it's a little different, You know, should I walk into the city? So he said directly to the north. Goose and Fox, Marketplace, Expedition Hall, Huntsnick's house, World Map to the Madala's house, Scrivener's, First Fires, Catacombs, the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Well, we should see what the Goose and Fox is all about. I mean, what does the fox say? It's one of the timeless mysteries of our generation. Which I guess makes it time. You know what? I'm not gonna think too much about these things. An actress, huh? Who are you playing? You'll find all sorts. Everyone's a philosopher here. Oh, tell me a bit about your philosophy, Roy. You see a half-consumed ale slosh its way across the distance to his mouth, spilling across the stains of food long past. Glazed eyes glance at the brawl across the room, getting further as the fight extends through the room. Another ale! He murmurs to the bartender, downing his drink and turned towards the wall. He pulls a picture from his pocket, a painting of a young child, all brown hair and green eyes, holds it above a candle. It does not burn. Ales later, he begins to sing, the bar a mess of broken chairs and wounded pride, and they all listen for a moment before continuing their drinks, safe conversations. His ache is felt through the room. Sad stories remind them of their sad stories. When he finishes singing, a silence hangs in the air, palpable among the smoke and the sweat and the yeasty smell of beer-infused exhalation, as long as that's where the yeasty smell is coming from. He's the first to break the silence, pouring around a veil for the room. The general din of conversation sparks and resumes, but the mirth now is tempered with far-off memories and thoughts. A drunkard in his last life and a drunkard in this one. I guess some things are carried down through generations of the soul, not just generations of the blood, huh? What are you all about over here? You see the fire burning slowly on the side of a winding road, unmanned. There seems to be no fuel, no wood or oil for it to consume, no hay or twigs. Despite this, it roars, crackles, wails in the wind. It takes you a moment, but you begin to notice a figure in the flames. Its shaking hand cradles a young face, molten red tears marring skin the color of coal. The boy cowers, flame coating him as he holds his knees to his chest. In the distance, a man approaches, faceless. He extends a hand down to the frightened child, who considers it warily before taking it. The flames died down, leaving his limbs settling on his head like obedient pets. All tears dried, they walk together. Fire and death, hand in hand. Okay, so you're a fire god-born, godlike, whatever that race is called. You got the fire in you. Solo meeting. What are you doing with the party then, you solo man? You see a wizard playing illusions in a town square, fingers plucking color and sound from the air and weaving scenes of beauty and fright. A crowd of onlookers gasp and cheer, enthralled with the display. All but one boy, standing off to the side, mouth agape. Green eyes are pale with wonder, vision after vision playing out before him. Something inside the boy clicks. Without warning, he bolts, disappearing into the crowd, pushing and shoving desperately. The mage finishes his show soon after. A giant silver dragon descends through the crowd, and 1,000 stars exploding into nothingness. Collected coins, he walks around the clapping crowd, bowing and nodding at each as he passes, until a small sack is dropped into his hand. The boy stands for a moment before him, small and still, and begs the wizard to apprentice him. He glances at the hefty bag, weighing it, and the boy, carefully. Finally he nods and flicks gently at the bag, which disappears. The boy grins. "How'd you do that?" he asks. The illusionist merely winks. The vulture? You see a hand, curled and bruised, stick to the floor of the bed metal spike. Blood covers the floor and drips from the furnishing and walls. This man looks up from the bed. He's now crouched over to survey the carnage he caused to the family whose house he now stalks. 4 bodies total. A woman, 2 young men, and a girl lie blindfolded on the ground. Their legs are bland and both hands are attached to the floor with spikes. He's lifted the woman's blindfold and is currently doing something to her eyes. He pulls back a small blade and covers the eyes again, gently patting the blindfold. He stands and looks around, seemingly satisfied with his handiwork. Suddenly his breath quickens, hearing someone approach the door to the room. He bounces in place. Excitement almost overwhelms him, then rushes to the back of the room, concealing himself in the shadows. From his vantage, he sees the bodies are perfectly arranged, each one facing the door, welcoming the man of the house back, arms outstretched as if embraced. He opens the door as he slowly pulls another spike from his belt, the tip of his tongue playing across his teeth in anticipation. Okay, we're gonna stay away from that guy. Doesn't seem like the kind of guy you could make friends with.
Gods keep you.
Hey, buddy. I get a room? I suppose you got a free... Okay. Okay. I see your game. I think the most, generically valuable one is the +1 perception, because that makes everyone's attacks a little more accurate. There's athletics, mechanics, yeah, I don't need any of that. Dexterity, survival's pretty interesting. What else y'all got out here anyway? New puppy! I already got a cat, and I can only equip 1 pet. But yellow puppy! But yellow puppy! 625 to retrain, huh? Yeah, about that. Okay. Nothing here I desperately need. If I buy extra, what happens to them? Let's see. Doesn't let me. I was hoping I would store one in the box, but I'll take the merchant's stay. We'll stay with the merchants. Be a little more perceptive for our trouble. Hell yeah. Oh, Edder. What you got for me?
The dozens. Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. Said there'd be less of them.
Why they call themselves the Dozens? Was 12 Derwoodians stood outside Helgot Citadel waiting for Wadewind to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Godhammer? That's what they called the bomb they blew up Wadewind with. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god? Guess you gotta name it. What do you have against the Dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folks, anyway. The Dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. Won't have them in Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Magrin, too, so they want to feel especially right. Somehow, I don't think she'd be too impressed with the lot. I'm sure she likes to set them on fire anytime they use her name. The gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. People hide behind symbols so they can't be questioned. Must be plenty of other groups that are better reflections of the figures that inspired them. I don't know about that, buddy. I mean, Durance is a... More pillars! It's the game that holds up my channel currently. The Duke's a reasonable man. Maybe while we're in Defiance Bay, we can get him to force people to call themselves what they are. I don't imagine they'd have many members if they called themselves the loudmouthed sheep fuckers. Damn, Ed here. Dropping the fucking real insults here. That was almost a slur, my guy. Kana, what do you got for me? It's Kana. Sagani draws up beside you, her fox following her at her heels, and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
Finding Persoc must be important to you if you've traveled so long.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimak.
What an adventure.
It certainly started out that way.
Aw, poor guy.
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Naasitaq following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do.
But
5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Excuse me? You have a husband and kids at home? What? Girl, what are you doing out here trying to find the ghost of a dead friend when you have an actual family? Where do you gotta find
Soul
this
recovery
guy?
is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Elitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Elitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persoc died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero. Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
Pagani, girl, I get it. Honor, important. You have children, though? Then it feels like it's like a step above whatever. Yeah, I'm sure your kids still think about you every day. You're kind to say so, but I'm not so fragile I need my name chanted in the meeting halls.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me. If they think of me often.
They have every day, probably. I would like to believe it. And yet, sometimes days go by, and I realize they have not crossed my thoughts. Such days are rare, but they happen. She looks away, tugging at the strap of her quiver. It shames of me to think of it, but more than that, it scares
Still,
me.
there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persoc will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
In little pieces, and it's getting worse. It feels strange. It feels like I'm going crazy most of the time. I don't envy you. Guess I'm lucky I only have to worry about someone else's past
Makes me
life.
wonder what Persoc remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
What would you tell him about your village?
Naasitaq is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
I wonder, like, how much of the world Deadfire covers. Because this game seems to just be, like, a small section of the Deerwood. Can we, like, see the place that she comes from in the second game or in Avowed? I wanna see some beautiful frozen forests. Emmett brushes against her hip, and she scratches his head. Recently, there have been a lot of good years. My aunt says you had fewer clashes with the neighboring villages thanks to the hunting territories that Persock helped establish. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grain that lasts us the hard winters. Persock brokered a lot of those agreements too. She holds up the bear figurine. He got this one from one of the Amon shops that used to trade with us. Naasitaq must be a tight-knit
As
village.
family.
Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, though. You feeling the thrill of the chase? Or ready for it to all be over? I enjoy the adventure. Every day brings something new. Refreshing, indeed. She rises and stretches, looking around. Might as well keep moving while we got some daylight. Well, let's go, then.
Yeah?
Mind you, most of our adventure is going to be urban exploration for the next little bit, but surely that can be a blast of its own. Let's go, squad. It's so nice to actually have a full party, especially with the pet giving me that extra little bit of a wall. Hopefully we don't get him absolutely destroyed. I wonder if it follows the same death rules as the rest of us. Sorry, Sagani, I got your fox killed within 5 hours of it joining the party. In my defense, I mean, what were you doing sending him in to attack a fully armored knight? Are all these people gonna be just... I wish there was like a distinction between the NPCs that were chattable and the NPCs that were soul rippable.
Gods keep you.
A young woman stands by a cart, watching the crowd with large, bright eyes that focus on you as you approach. Take your time, traveler! If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place. Let's see what Ooh, okay. She got some expensive shiz. No. +1 to level 1, 2, and 3 spell slots for priest. That's insane. Extra 2nd and 4th level spells for wizards. Extra 9 deflection. Extra fortitude, reflex, and will. These are a bunch of spell scrolls. Ooh, what are you? Cameo figure. Summon Delumgan. This intricate piece has been created from one small piece of ashwood. A raised relief has been carved across the front, depicting an eerie, beautiful figure standing beneath a large and twisted tree. Her face is turned slightly to regard the viewer, as if having just noticed their presence. That's probably like a reference to another Obsidian game that I'm blanking on. I was like, why else would it be called a cameo figure? Delumgan. 20-second summon once per rest. That can be pretty interesting. But alas. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'll keep you in mind when it's time to start upgrading stuff. Thank you, Laura. And this is clearly a market square.
Hail and well met.
Yes! Alright, Dragon's Egg. Excuse me, these are just on the market for any fool to walk up and buy. Oh boy, I have a graduation coming up, huh? Could you splurge for some dragon eggs? Well, it took 20 people in our village dying to get even a single one of them, but sure, Billy, why not?
Hail, traveler.
Igrin stands behind a stall, polishing a broadsword. The patterned flesh around his eyes is crinkled with age. and the muscles in his arms are knotty and lean, but he holds the weapon with ease. He nods at you. Come to take a look? You won't find a finer connection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Bay. Outside of Sonild's, of course. What's so special about Sonild? She operates in the Expedition Hall, sells the best equipment in the city, but the Wenin keeps her on a short lease. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozen, and anyone else he takes a liking to. Let me see what you got for sale. Ooh. New guns? Guns new? Blunderbuss? 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 Oh my god, why does it do so much less damage than the pistol? 6 to 9 but 4 DR bypass. 12 to 30 with 6 DR bypass. Okay, no, it's 6 projectiles, so it does 36 to 54 damage if you hit every single. Interesting. That's 4 DR bypass per shot, probably. So, oh my goodness. Hold on, this could actually go hard. Any, like, unique special blunderbuy? Nope. Again. What a sane. 20% of damage restored as endurance. Attacks can stun on crits. That'd be pretty funny for my ranger to have. A two-handed scepter. Gets more accuracy when your health is low. Interesting. Bane's reach. Removes enemy accuracy. And Warhammer. More enemies engaged, huh? Interesting. We just equipped a new weapon to my boy, but Warhammers are objectively cooler than axes anyway, and +1 enemy. How much does it cost? Hold on. Yeah, never mind. I can't afford that shit. I want to buy this, but that's really expensive too. Okay. We're gonna back off from this shop for now. So we might as well go inside and see what the best shop in town is all about. Isn't that right, Hilda? You see a dimly lit room with extravagant decoration. Pillows of silk brocade covered the floor, surrounding a large, velvet-colored divan. A man sits in the divan, his shirt untucked, only halfway buttoned. Behind him stands this elf, dressed in the same lavish finery as he decorates the room. Her hips gyrate gently, dancing slowly around the man as she begins to sing. He looks up at her blearily, intoxication clouding his vision. He smiles, tunelessly humming along with her. Her words are too low to hear clearly, but as her singing grows more intense, the lights in the room seem to dim even further, and everything loses focus. She takes his face in her hands, singing directly to him, running her hands down his shoulders and arms till she is holding his hands. The man's eyes grow heavy, and he quickly succumbs to sleep, slumping backwards. She holds his arms, catching him as he falls, and gently lays him down across the divan. She stops singing when his head hits the pillow, and suddenly the lights brighten back up, and everything snaps back into focus. She slips her hand into his jacket, retrieving the item that she places in a small box sitting on a nearby table. She looks back at the man, shakes her head, and escapes into the night. Was everyone here an assassin in their past life? Like, every single person? I know this used to be a rough neighborhood and all, but you see a man stumble, knees bleeding, clothes torn, eyes dead. His skin is damp with sweat, but he pushes onward. His back is arched, defeated. At his side hangs a bow, strings limp from disuse. He trips through the undergrowth, sightless, ignoring all but the sound of his own anguish. Comes across a deer, guts spilled across the forest floor, still steaming in the cold night air. A Stelgar watches him from above, perched in the trunk of an enormous fallen tree. It takes the man a moment to notice his danger, and he seems almost glad for it. Stelgar unravels himself from the tree, eyeing him carefully. The distended stomach almost brushes the ground as it jumps down, and the man dives to meet it. For a moment, time seems to slow as man and beast collide. Stelgar roars, swiping at him with claws, and soon has him pinned, great yellow teeth and acrid breath ready to end his intrusion. But with a wet, ripping sound, instead the agonized Stelgar is himself gutted from neck to rump. The man exhales deeply, covered in blood, ponderous. Not today. Not today.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with a living person every once in a while, and not just a fucking flashback to centuries ago. Surely Aiden the Ingenious has got something to say to me, right? But first, saying the good shop's set up in here, huh? Have to go Fiara. Some of the people you meet and fight in the world can be taken prisoner. Oh yeah, speaking of... Main keep construction started. Finish in 1 day, 12 hours. Okay. And... think real hard what we need after that. Probably gonna jump down here and get, like, the labs and stuff. Probably do stuff that gets, like, security first. Like, pop a hedge maze. And then just bang out these three all in a row down here. Botanical garden would be sick. We need a Bailey for that. Bailey. I see. So this is like various successors keeping the stronghold self-sufficient. I don't really understand. Is it just like a basic like herbs and stuff, plants that we need to keep ourselves?
Mercenaries. All fancy weapons and no skill.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm kind of coming here to act as a bit of a mercenary. Alright, you're going to be a mercenary in a second. So you like, chill out? A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger. A smug grin etched on his face. He's flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. One of his companions eyes you for a moment for spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in, I see. Just know that Burns the Giant Slayers run things around here, and you'll be fine. Never heard of them. You have now. Stick around Defiance Bay, and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around. There's a reason the Giant Slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. Enough jabber-buying. You want to do the job? Talk about it. Wennen's right. The coin ain't gonna collect itself. See you around, pup. We're gonna slay those giants. Don't you worry about that. What's up, Wennen?
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business. Go
Looking for
see
work.
Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Monsters become serious. Timur's voice deepening. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Deerwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least you remember someone else's roots, pretend to be like them. Your roots? Crusaders takes pride in having won the Deerwood's freed 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Waidwen at the Evandour Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Waidwen wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Halgot Citadel and faced down a god. Held him there until the bomb went off. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries. We don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Wadewind, it's his damned legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury making things worse than all of us. Probably causing the whole thing, one way or another. Well, we've gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended Deerwood once, we'll do it again. What else do you need? Hey, buddy. A little intense. We're gonna just walk by that guy. You know, there's a dozen high-quality warriors. I don't think 1,000 of you could make up for them, but... You're Osric? Hey, buddy, you got jobs?
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up! If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off!
Looking for
Want
work.
an expedition? Talk to Wenin. I
But-
just handle these mercenary shit shovelers!
He said to talk to you!
Adventurers, I mean.
Although, he sizes you up, I do something I need done. Something that requires... He glances sidelong at adventurer, flailing away helplessly at a dummy. Competence. What do you need
I
done?
was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Just don't ask for it.
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them
Okay.
the satisfaction.
Well, what's so special about this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
You leave the knights by choice?
You don't
bro, or-
choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Sure thing, Osric, whatever you say. Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate.
Jesus,
He
man,
kept it
Joe.
when he had me kicked out.
It's just a breastplate, bro. I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger and honored his gift right from my soul lineage read by a cipher in Durnard Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me. His soul lineage?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage.
Jesus Christ,
If
what?
Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every
So-
novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and
So
those are
not
stored at Crucible
Only
Keep.
can they be like
If you
racist
find
on you for being
Penhelm's,
born in the
one
wrong
of those
family.
ciphers could tell you if it's real.
But they can soul read you and be like, oh no, sorry, you were Hitler in a past life. Like, no job for you. That just seems like passing on generational hatred in a different way. Sagani scratches the back of her neck. If generations of Mossix traditions are any indication, this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Tell you about the expedition hall. Treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money, hire adventurers to explore the wilds, looking for runes mostly. If they come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's like, because they have their weapon in like this slot in front of me, they might as well be digging their own graves right now. Goodbye. So wait, so you send me on missions? I'm so confused now.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you
Well,
more.
Osric sent me to you. Okay, so I have to do his job to unlock his job to... Okay, fine. Fine, that's fine. We can live with that. Ooh. Oh, I see so much stealable.
Yeah?
Do 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 do.
Quick and quiet. As promised.
Okay, they can see it. I was just seeing how good my stealth was. It was a stealth check. I was checking to see if I was sneaky enough to pull off moves like that. I cannot. That'll be a future dream. Not that there was really anything worth taking in there anyway. I don't think it counted as stealing until I took it. So I can open things to check out their situations before I commit to a crime. It's good, it's good. Being a proper criminal
I'm on it.
is all about weighing all your options. Not to, give too strong advice on how you'd go about committing a... Make sure nobody's watching. Bro, I got all the hints and tricks. Alright, how to pick a lock, how to distract a merc. You sign up for my course for $69.99 installments of $53.74. And I'll tell you all you need to know to make it back 100-fold. These shields have been battered and scarred in long-ago battles. Alright, ingenious, what do you got for me? See a small band of people walking down a rutted road surrounded by a thick forest. This man walks alongside them, chatting and joking like they were lifelong friends. Though his appearance is one of frivolity, his jovial facade is betrayed by the occasional sidelong glance into the dense tree line. There's a noise from the tree around them, the sound of somebody breaking a twig. The man holds up his hand, silencing the travelers and destroying the lighthearted tone of the evening. They look around, worried expressions on their faces, gathering closer together. The man motions to the group to stay where they are and heads into the trees. There is silence for several seconds, as they all strain to hear anything, clutching one another nervously. There's another rustling, this time coming from the direction the man entered the woods. A single figure emerged from the tree line, and the group visibly relaxes, seeing him approach. The figure comes close enough for the group to see his face, and one of them let out a cry of dismay when they realized this is not their friend. No sooner had the sound left his mouth than another group emerged from the woods, weapons drawn, surrounding the travelers. None of them are armed or in a state to fight. They are quickly subdued, bound, and relieved of their valuables. With a laugh, the bandits disappear back into the woods, leaving their quarry on the road. Safely back inside the forest, they meet up with the man. He smiles, mocking the gullibility of people who will trust a complete stranger as long as he buys them a drink. He takes his share of the spoils and leaves. Oh, so was the man your ancestor? Oh, man. I don't know if I want to acknowledge that kind of ingenuity. My gods, man. Okay, we probably have no business in Furness's house, huh? Stop it. Maybe someone in the party knows Pernice. Oh, Pernice. Walking to. Okay, it's a trap house. Cool. Hey guys. What you doing here? Feel free to make yourself comfortable down here. Top floor is off limits. Pernice the man you want to talk to if you want to buy. Buddies, please, no. The guard holds a hand as you approach. You can turn right back around. Lower floor is all yours, but nobody goes upstairs. Why not? Because you'll be breathing through new holes in your neck if you hit up there, that's why. Just mind your own business. And once you're on the Svev, you're not going to care much where you are anyway. Get out of my way or I'll break your sword in half and feed it to you at both ends. As you like, God's woman, just trying to warn you off. Trying to do a lot more. Off. Nailed it. Someone has peeled the labels from these bottles. They're stuffed with dark gunk pulp that gives it not such pungent odor.
How do you do?
The man before you flashes a toothy and rather unpleasant grin. Well now, a new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk. And this, he gestures to the room around you, is my humble abode and a place of business. I too hope you're here to do some business. He glances at the nearby guard. Seems like a lot of guards for one man. Must be popular. Sure, right. Very perspective. This business attracts some less pleasant types. Sometimes the clientele get a little pushy. And every so often, someone even turns out to be snooping into things they shouldn't. And lessons have to be taught. I am sure you're too smart to get wrapped up in all of that, of course. Keep it simple. If you have the coin, I have the Sveth. Be free to make use of the premises as long as you don't do anything stupid. Go tangle with other customers. Now, what can I get you? What is Sveth? You serious? Ernst eyes you with suspicion and disbelief. That's worth every pan, my friend. It's incredible. But to see your own soul. And you're looking to find space first and foremost Sveth merchant. Well, you take a look at your stock. Let you see your own souls, you say. Attack speed, movement speed, but you lose resolve. Yeah, that ain't happening, bro. I don't need your fantasy coke. The dirt guard did basically give up on stopping us from going upstairs. So we're gonna make a little quickie here. Let's go into our tighter formation. Let's head up the stairs and get ourselves into a crazy fight, probably. Kind of stumbling
quiet as a
into
calm
the drug
sea,
house, but
which is not very quiet.
sick. Totally. Okay. Well.
Hi?
Just say the word.
Just joining my cause. You there, guy in the back? You seem like a perfect member of the squad.
Following your lead.
Ready,
I'll let
Watcher.
you do as you're doing. This is a per encounter ability, so I might as well start popping off.
What?
Endurance, buddy, if you want to armor us up, that'd be ideal. Clean fight, not much to worry about.
Just say the word.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, that's some fine loot right there. I'm just gonna toss all that into the storage.
The enemy is over that way.
Yeah, is that just gonna disappear on its own, or do we gotta... I guess we'll take one of whatever this is. Ka-chink. Neither let thy trials burden thee, for in thy suffering thou shalt be transformed. The ever-living flame will burn away thine impurities. Purification shall be thine, for thy fire of thy God shall be the vessel. Seek not clash, search not for conflict, those will find all in turn. The fires of strife will consume thee, but fear not the battle, fear not the war, embrace the strife, turn thyself from the struggle, and keep thyself strong against those who would batter thee. Keep thy soul fortified against the trial that shall overtake thee. Fire, flame, the searing heat of Magrin's fury, all these await the unfaithful, the weak, and those that help not themselves. Take heart in thine own strength, take comfort in thy own power, let control of thy own path. Let the fire guide you, let the fire transform you, let the fire purify you, let the fire consume you. Okay, endurance, you can hold on to that one. That seems a little more your speed than any of ours.
Just say the word.
Kind of stuff that we got going on in here. It appears as if someone rummaged through this uneven row of books in a hurry. These jars are chipped and cracked as if knocked to the ground and set back in place. Okay. Let's do a manual save instead of a quick save this time, because I don't want to find out that by coming up here I activated Promiscuous. Pretty promiscuous character, I'll be the first to admit. Oh shit, the real Pernisk. One side's overturned vase is splotched with crimson. Someone has gathered sheets and towels in a makeshift bed. Rumpled fabric is stiff in blood and unwashed sweat. A man lies, bound and bloodied, on the floor before you. His face is a tapestry of bruises, and blood is spattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as you approach. Gods, please, please, no more. I can't take it anymore. I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing up at you. You're not! Oh, praise Bereth! You're not one of his men, are you? He glances nervously behind you. He shakes his head. Please, I don't know who you are. My name is Pernisk. This is my house. You have to help me. Then who is that downstairs? An imposter. Some wizard named Nirid. He came into my house, tied me up in here, tortured me. And now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, and selling Svef. Inside my own house. He blinks. What, he just turned up all of a sudden? I may have hung on to a tiny portion of my supplier's share, but I needed that money. So you're a Svef dealer. Look, I know it's not the best line of work, especially with all that's happened, but it pays well. Very, very well. And, well, people want the stuff, don't they? What did your supplier do? They sent over the wizard, Nirid, the man downstairs. Ugh. To make up the lost copper, I guess, and to hurt me while he was not. It feels like it's been days. What do you need me to do? I can't get out of here. Not while he's downstairs. I've been tied up for God knows how long. Please, you have to kill him. Maybe I can convince him to leave? You don't know him. What he's capable of. You'll see soon enough. Alright, well, I guess we're challenging the drug wizard. Hell yeah, let me steal some more books from your house before I... Oh, yeah, okay. Definitely want to learn all about them dialects. Dialectabolical. Not immediately under attack. Be cool. Be cool. I can't help but notice that all the addicts are gone, though. Oh, no, okay, there's a few chilling out here. Okay, this is a lot of mercenaries to fight. Maybe we can talk this out. Hey, buddy. I found the man tied upstairs. The one also claiming to be Pernisk. That's so? Shame you had to go digging around, friend, because now I can't exactly let you leave, can I? I'm getting tired of gonna be that sad sack anyway. His mouth curls to a snarl. Guards! Maybe go to an arrangement? I changed my mind. I don't want... Oh,
What?
Buddy. Durance, my guy. My guy, Durance. Durance, everybody. Only enemies, right? Yeah, only enemies. Sick.
Yes? Following
You
your lead.
attack this guy.
Just say the word.
And we're gonna recruit this guy over here in the corner.
How may I help?
Gonna freeze these two fools. Everyone's got an action queued up.
Ready,
You
Watcher.
don't really. Holy shit, there's so much going on. What the fuck just happened in here? Baron Spuddy.
Ready, Watcher.
There's so much shit going on in here. You
Following your lead.
attacking these guys out here.
Just say the word.
Stop! Nirgid slaves back. I give up. Just leave and I'll go peacefully, alright? Too late. My god, that was fucking brutal.
Yes?
So I could just fireball some fools. Oh. Let's show off their weaknesses.
Just say the word. Death to her!
Goodness.
Just say the word.
Everybody get this guy.
Just say the word.
New book of spells. New book of spells.
I'm on it.
New fucking book of spells. New book of spells.
Let's see what's in here.
New book
That'll
of
do it.
spells. Sorry, you think we're worried about one mercenary after that fight we just had, brother? I'm not even gonna use a fucking
How
spell.
may I help?
We'll pop one of these, though. I guess one of these.
What?
I guess there's no reason not to do one of these. Rolled over this fool. I thought that fight was gonna be like impossible. Those guys got around,
Yeah.
but we might actually be like
Ready,
strong
Watcher.
now. Hey man, I killed all the dudes in your basement, or I guess on your first floor,
I'm on
on the
it.
ground level. Buddy, I killed the guys on the floor below where you currently are. He's taken care of. I can't believe this nightmare is finally over! He grins weakly and seems to remember something. You have no idea what you've done for me, but I need to find my love, Kenra. Only, after whatever Near put her through, I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you. Please, she must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she's known. And please, don't tell her about this Svef. About what I do. I can make it worth your while. A discount, maybe? It might, Griff. Here's my counter offer. I tell her what I please, and you still give me that discount. Perhaps you should trust her to make her own decisions rather than lie to her. I know, and I can't force you to keep this secret. I just don't want to lose her. After what happened here, I'm sure she won't have anything to do with Svef. Or me if she finds out. Absolutely, please don't hurt me. You can tell her whatever you like. I'll have some supplies here for you whenever you want. Please, just make sure she's okay. That's what I thought. You know, getting out this the easy way. Ooh, it's gonna be a while to my next level up, huh? Alright, well, be safe. Maybe get out of the drug game. I don't think you got a great future in it. You can't defend yourself from one wizard. I'll be taking everything. Oh, the addicts cleared out while we was fighting too. Hell yeah. Oh, just a little taste of Svef for all our trouble. Then we can get right addicted and have lots of time to regret all that we've done here. Taking out our best source. Never mind. I guess the guy upstairs still is still gonna keep selling. Because until I rat him out to his goyle. She forces him to stop in an ultimatum.
Sagani, does your fox bite?
Yes,
Can I pet him anyway?
it's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
Oh, that's really cute. Me too, Edgar. Me too. That was exactly how I would say it. I'm gonna pet him anyway. Lockpicks? Don't mind me. This is Lundala's house. Okay, well look, Persik's house led to a pretty cool quest. So let's see if Lundala has also got something for us. That's a Luntala order, but... Thank you for the supplies. They will help save the realm. Mention the name Pandgrim to anyone with even a passing knowledge of animancy, and you could find yourself in for a very long discussion. Publicly reviled, but privately lauded as a hero and genius, Pandgrim history is at turns revolutionary, horrific, and mysterious. Pandgrim was fascinated, some might say obsessed, with the concept of animancy. It consumed his life as he dedicated everything to understand it. He would frequently travel to Einglanfath and the Deerwood to visit the Ingwithan ruins. There he would take notes and make sketches, bringing back with him all that he could to help him unlock the mysteries. After years of study, Pandgrim had reached the point where he could no longer conduct research on his own. He took on an assistant, Helig of Thane. Soon, Helig was making trips to Einglanfath in Pandgrim's stead, gathering knowledge while Pandgrim stayed behind to experiment. This partnership quickly bore fruit, and Pandgrim made a breakthrough, one that would irrevocably change his life and the general attitude about animancy forever. While the specifics of his experimentation will never be known, the rumors and stories still circulate tell that he had sent out inquiries asking for live subjects for help with a dangerous experiment that might change their life, or might end it. At least he was honest. Those who were already dying were especially encouraged to apply. Response was overwhelming, and Pandgrim had his pick of numerous willing bodies. That is when he had his breakthrough. He discovered a way to fix a soul, anchoring it to its body so it couldn't leave at death. He had discovered eternal life. His research and life's work had resulted in a great single discovery that animancy could hope for. His findings were published and quickly spread throughout Velia, and beyond. While some groups, the Woodican Church, for example, decried his work as nothing more than blasphemy and heresy, many put it to practice. Everyone wanted the chance at immortality. But everything comes with a cost. It quickly became apparent that simply restraining the soul while keeping the person technically alive was doing nothing for the body, which continued to decay, devolving and warping the soul now trapped inside it. The creature its creators were dangerous, carnivorous beasts that killed brutally and indiscriminately. The backlash was ruthless. The practice of Pandgrim's discoveries was outlawed, and his works were collected and burned. He and Helig were branded heretics and hunted, chased from town to town until Pandgrim simply vanished. Helig was tracked down, captured, and brought to trial for the atrocities committed against Valia and its people. The trial was barely more than a formality to bring charges against him, as everyone knew what hand had played in the disaster. He was sent to prison for years, but eventually released when the public outrage died down. Not long after his parole, he disappeared as well. Occasionally, talks surfaced that a copy of Pandgrim's theories had been found, untouched by the purging flame that destroyed its brothers. These rumors seldom end up being more than that. Many groups and wealthy individuals have formed, sending a call to anyone who will listen. Find us a copy of the theorems. They offer gold, jewels, status, anything they can to entice adventurers to help them achieve their goals. But for those who would give anything a chance at immortality, even becoming a monster. Okay. I hope I get to make that decision at some point in the game. Seems like a pretty rad watcher power. Unlocking this door will require the proper key. Okay, got it. This is clearly a late story quest. I'll have to come here for some purpose once I've progressed a little bit further. Let's roll for another 15-20 minutes before we call it a stream. I want to at least finish exploring the Copper Lane. Yeah. We'll finish exploring the Copper Lane, and then call it there and move on next time. Hello, Scrivener. Hello. The library is an entire section devoted to ancient Glanfath and geometry. Whenever I see Scrivener, I get very excited for, that was your title in Pyre. The best sports game ever made? The only good sports game ever made. Well, I haven't played Blood Bowl, so maybe that's not true. The particular kind of weird fantasy basketball that you play in Spire, though, in Pyre,
I shall be discreet.
Fucking incredible, actually. Sick. Hey, Corin, you see any of that, bro?
I'm on the trail.
Save. This is a 6 lore requirement? My god.
I shall be quiet as a...
Let's see what's in here. That'll do it.
Oh, hell yeah. Those are like Liberty Caps to me. Snow Cap. Immunity to Confuse. Plus 40 defense against Charm. Plus 20 defense against Dominate. Minus 5 Perception. You can't charm me, bro. I can't even see you. You love it. Sup, Corn?
Greetings.
By Whale's eyeless face, you are one short ogre. But why are you green? How are you getting the ducks to keep flying around me like that? Let me guess, you smoked a lot of white leaf. And eat your hands on some snowcap. 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 So few people know snowcap, much less ogres. He beams at you and nods his head. You're a scrivener? Yes, I am a scrivener! I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie bait to look like a book. Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs. Yeah, I bet, buddy. One kind in particular, huh? Flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. What do you got for sale? Just a hell of a lot of drugs. Oh, he's got some crafting plants, too. But maybe I should buy some pilgrims. No. We source that stuff out in the wild. We don't pay money for that.
Well met, friend.
Tell me about the Dorminary. Who's where the scriveners who work for the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep? I'm a scrivener. This place smells like old stockings. Hot? That's a feature, not a bug. None of y'all get names, none of y'all are important enough. Yeah, you can't take those. There's a witness. The rancid stench rises from the basin. This is our powder, fucked with morsels of meat and cheese. Those in the bottoms are coated in a slimy fuzz. Ugh, come on, you have all these guys working here. Can one person do the goddamn dishes? Was it the point where there's slime? You've taken it way too far. Get the hell out of here. This place is nasty. I was expecting to find civilized, intelligent peoples. So we found a bunch of messy college students. Historian. I'll reach out for his soul. You see a small crowd gathered near the entrance to a temple. This man stands against the wall, the crowd forming a semicircle around him. He speaks with a calm, measured tone, his soothing voice carrying over the sounds of the surrounding city. He speaks of the world, history, the gods, and religion. He speaks of cooking, brewing, child-raising, and old wives' tales. There does not seem to be a subject that he lacks at least a passing knowledge in. People ask him questions, and he answers them in turn, sometimes being detailed and in-depth, other times only giving a general answer. Regardless of what is said, all of his answers seem to hit the heart of what was asked. Each person satisfied with what they've learned. People come and go from the crowd, its size growing and shrinking, but never completely dissipating. Hours pass, and he never seems to tire, sharing his knowledge with anyone who would benefit from it. As the light of day wanes, the group finally growing small enough that he draws everything to a close. As he gathers his belongings and prepares to leave, a man approaches him, asking why he does this. He asks for no money, no food. What benefit is gained from his actions? He looks at the man, gathering his thoughts, and simply tells him, "Knowledge brings wisdom. That is my faith." Yeah, hopefully you're improving the world around you enough with your actions that, like, less bad things happen to you. Because everyone's wiser, everyone's stronger, everyone knows the value of decency. You see a dark room, its contents in disarray. The blinds are pulled against the light, and the sounds of shouting and running can be heard outside. This man moves through a house, throwing items into a bag. Grabs up some food, collects some clothes, and searches through a chest for various odds and ends that resemble magical components. He stops at a bookshelf and quickly scans the spines, running his fingers along them to help keep his place. He sighs, sliding his fingers across the spines again, mumbling to himself. Finally, he chooses a couple title takes from the shelf, and into an assortment of items he's already gathered. A small group of squirrels and birds watch him as he passes through the rooms, moving almost as a single entity. They are trying to stay near him, but also seem to know to stay out of his way. He is obviously in a hurry, but he maintains a deliberate demeanor about everything he does. The outer door bursts open with an explosive sound, causing the animals to scatter, terrified. The man turns, bringing a hand up, holding a book in his other, whispering something that barely can be heard. Ice crystals begin to form on the tips of his fingers, crackling against the heat of the room. He sees the man standing in the doorway and immediately drops his hands, the ice vanishing as quickly as it appeared. The man in the doorway gestures, telling him to hurry, and points toward the horizon somewhere outside it. The man in the house dismisses him with a wave, saying he is almost done here and will be coming soon. He scans the dwelling one more time, searching for something he might have missed. Satisfied, he leaves, not even bothering to close the door. Outside, he can see people, all prepared as he is, traveling away from the town, away from the rising plumes of smoke on the horizon. Okay, a quick smash and grab as a disaster comes in. Fascinating, fascinating. Okay, so this is the dormitory, so all the actual books and knowledge are going to be up here. I get it, I get it. So Copper Lane first fires Brackenwood. That's the Nobles District. That's where the church is, or our next main story quest is going to be. Oh my god, there's so much town to explore. This place is huge. This is a well-scaled video game town. They even, like, kind of obscure it a little bit by, like... I wonder how much the districts are faked. Yeah, because it looks like all this map space in between these two districts. So they give you, like, nice, fully explorable chunks while still implying a much larger town. It's the best way to do it. Nothing's got stupid scale like Whiterun from Skyrim. Nothing's going way over ambitious like, oh my god, what's the town in Guild Wars 2 called?
I'd wager there are more than a few banned books in here.
Like, you think they ban a lot of books? Or you think they collect a lot of banned books? Someone wanted to come here, right? Heirloom, breastplate. I could have swore someone wanted to come here. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hi, I'm here for the archive.
Hello.
The woman barely glanced over the tomes. You're still welcome to browse the stacks, but mind to keep your voice down. This is a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. Who's Grimda? Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway. She scratches around her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. This is a temple? Looks like a lot. That's because it is! Whale is the god of mysteries, answers, encryptions and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raised her hands to row of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protections of the hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. To think there's such a place in the Deerwood, incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon the shelves. Fascinating, isn't it? Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Tell me about you. I am a scrivener and devotee of Whale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. Farewell. Now what about Johnny? You see nothing at first. Inky darkness filling your vision, the dust of aeons flooding your nose. You hear a strike, and a torch gutters into flame, revealing a man without a face and a library of books flickering in the dull orange glow. He moves to the closest shelf, sliding the torch into a socket, and gingerly pulls a black-bound book into his trembling hands. He flicks through it lovingly, caressing each page before turning to the next, and the next. Finally, he finishes, placing the book in a satchel to his side, and takes down the torch. He spends hours wandering, reading, collecting, until his satchel is as thick as he himself, and half as heavy, and begins to make his way back towards the entrance. With a barely audible sigh, he draws 2 decaying doors closed, and the torch is extinguished. Hey, that guy clearly belonged in a library. No notes. Oh my god, there's so many robbable shelves in here. So much forbidden knowledge. Hey, my buddies want to see your archives. Can you maybe...
Well met, friend.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. Could you now? You certainly couldn't do a lot worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Whale. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which remained hidden, a secret of the 100 Visions. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Deerford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them. Bring back the scroll. My reward's a persistent seeker, and so do I. An ancient scroll of Whale, that's a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. What else do you need? Tell me questions about the scroll. Tell me what you know about the thieves. What's so special about the scroll? If I told you that would cheapen it, sure, that's fair. Let's talk about something else. Tell me about yourself. High Archivist, too old and busy. Even just one or two, like, know more about Whale. That's the rub, isn't it? Whale, the god of hidden things unrevealed. And the more of the 100 Visions one sees, the more one is yet to discover. But we often call Whale he who sees and is not seen. It is neither male nor female. Beside any definitive characteristic to Whale is missing another essential part of the divinity. What's the 100 Visions? Term of reverence for Whale's many revelations. Despite the name, they're infinite. Each epiphany leads to yet another enigma. And I thought I was busy. Impossible, this painted eye seems to move whenever you turn your back. Okay, maybe over here we'll find the archives. No entry into the archives, though Grim does permissions. I hear that, and like I appreciate why you feel that way. I'm not letting that stop me, though. We'll do a little quickie.
Quick and quiet.
Oh, I thought there was going to be a door in here.
I'll take a look.
Okay, but if I stand here, can you see us?
Light, flame, and sound.
Okay, I understand, but like... Can you see? Okay, hold on. What if I move the whole rest of the party down here?
Just say the word.
Just my sneaky sneak.
Quick and quiet.
Yeah, okay. It's not like red though. No?
Let's see what's in here.
I hear you, but look, I got the door open. That means I have permission.
Quick and quiet.
Getting all kinds of books. Getting educated. Getting agitated.
Poison! That's fighting dirty!
Ow. How rude. I was even stealth over there. Why didn't I detect the thing? Just gonna keep going off, or like... It's just a permanent... Okay. Theorems of Pangram, huh? I just read a book all about this. Editor wanted to come in here, right?
Laying low.
Bro, lay as low as you can.
Just say the word.
Theorems. Oh my god, I never read Nereid's Grimoire. Hold on. The first level spell increases their accuracy. Why not? And a second level spell that... Oh, mirror images. Why not? Is it a waste of money to learn every single spell that I see? Yes. Is that going to stop me from doing it? Hell no. These with us. Quest items. Here it is. I'll hold on to you for now. Oh, I guess they're just stuck in there, huh? I was hoping that this was going to trigger quest progress with one of my guys, but, like 28-23. Any potions I should worry about? Not really. Ooh, 8 lore, 6 lore, 4 lore. I think you should be able to cast any of them then, huh? This is a 4th level spell. I think he's at 7 lore, right? Yeah, you there. What you got in the way of lore, brother? 9! Nice! Okay, okay. Oh... Travel with Editor to the Records Archive. Here leads me to find circumstances where just the records of the Saints War in the archive in the... Oh, okay, in the Ducal Palace. This isn't the archive we're looking for. My mistake, my mistake. Alright, we didn't invade there without permission. Shut up. You're just making shit up. Turns out lies are a type of secret, no? I'm sure your god's all about that stuff. Let's get out of here before anyone catches us. It should be clear by now that we can't talk our way out of a bad situation if one comes. If anything, we will just talk ourselves deeper and deeper.
How's the hand?
Turning purple. I have to cut it off.
I warned you not to pet him.
If I'm not supposed to pet him, why is he so soft?
Oh my god, it continued on from the last dialogue they had together. That's so cute. You know, I would like if they talked about events that happened in the story, but it's still nice that they put that little bit of effort in to get the dialogue comment. Hey, Dalton. The elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it there are dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to have been in conversation with someone who isn't there. And the way you fought, cutting down two at a time. We shared quite a victory, you and I. Who are you talking to? Oh, by the flame. For just a moment I thought I heard her. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the Northwatch Ranger. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid. Well, tell me about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Druid then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. That was until we faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled towards the Valian Republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I awoke my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. Who is Rina, my friend, my comrade in arms, and my love? We planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this all sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her. A voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I've even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body, and the agonizing notion that my love is somewhere down there, beyond my help. I'll search the catacombs for sign of her. There's an entrance just south of here, on the other side of the canal. You are truly a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can to find her. This little side quest to go down to the catacombs, huh? Well, maybe rather than exploring the first flame on the next stream, we'll go to our depths. I mean, the first flame's gotta be the place everyone goes, right? Nothing interesting in that. Go down here. I guess I'll ping this just to unlock that part of town. Yeah. And we gotta fast travel to Brackenbury later, wherever we are. Hey, Skinflint. You get it because you got a flashy look, or because you're hard? See an older dwarf counting points in a grimy shop window, hair limp with grease and sweat, a sneer playing around the edge of his pinched mouth. The bargains of the day lie scattered across the table, from tarnished tawdry jewelry to an acid-encrusted dagger lying precariously near the edge. His half-nose twitches in anticipation as a customer enters, a disheveled young noble, once white doublet stained with a life gone wrong. Eyes dart behind him, searching for pursuit, before he dumps the contents of his Hessian bag on the table. The dwarf leans forward, fingers flicking through the silverware and assorted goblets. He shakes his head emphatically, sneering, fully settled, shoving the items back at the man. The man pleads, begs, eyes rolling panic in their sockets, asking for something, anything. A few silvers? The dwarf leers and tosses 3 copper pawns at the table. Desperate, the young noble tears a signet ring from his finger, to the dwarf's ill-concealed delight. A few more coins go into the pile, and a defeated man, swearing stitches under his breath, exits the shop. The venerable dwarf grins his good fortune, picking food out of his two sharp teeth as he examines his haul. I guess taking advantage of nobility is like the best kind of person you could take advantage of. He's got a signet ring to lose, surely he can afford to lose it. Alright, I guess that's it for the Copper Lane. Stick our head into the catacombs and see what we see. As a little taste of the mystery we will have on the next stream. Whoa, shit. And it looks like there's some spooky as hell stuff happening here. We'll find out about that, though, on the next time. Sure. We'll do this save over. Hey, so thanks to everyone who came out. The watchers, the lurkers, the chatters. I appreciate all y'all coming out here all the same. I'm giving you the hand hearts I traditionally do, even if my camera is currently down. Thanks for giving me your time today. It's honestly the best thing I could ever possibly ask for, but if I could dare ask for just a little bit more, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, maybe make a comment down below, stuff like that helps to help the channel grow. I'd love to have more people in here so I can have more in-depth conversations about the games that I'm playing. And if you want to be a part of that, if you got, you know, insight into game development, the art of games, I'd love to hear it sometime. So, you know, pop in no matter what we're playing. I'm sure we'll always be able to find something to talk about. Until next time, this has been Alex, Alchin, Altoon, whatever the heck you want to call me. Thanks for coming by today. I hope to see you next time, but if not, well, thanks for giving me one single shot. Bye-bye for now.